in his own house. And this was at least a year or so ago when he basically got pushed to his own, location. But the druids have only really come into the picture very recently, comparatively. So he's probably been looking at the substance long before the druids came into picture.
Okay.
Yeah. But I believe one of the questions that Phil was thinking about, and Phil, sorry for speaking for you, but was do you clear the level or do you go right down the stairs?
I mean, I'm all for clearing stuff. I'm a bit of a completion.
Not on your character.
You can write
That's
a little
exactly what you get.
little thing in the corner.
I'm all in. That sounds perfect.
Amazing. Can't wait to write that in the corner of my character sheet.
I have an achievement.
Achieve. I've got the backside of these. I can put some cheese on here.
Well, you should.
It's a fucking section for allies and organization. Who needs that shit? Chiefs!
Now, you guys are definitely going to be able to, collect all your hit points, but you're going to be spending a night in a nice bed, convalescing, talking to the priests so that you can get your 3rd level in Paladin or Cleric. Irina went to the Wizards Guild and said, hey, how do I do this? And Carrick probably just, beat up a homeless person. So...
may have happened.
May have happened. We're not exactly certain what happened to the homeless person, but Carrick comes out of it level 3. So you guys are going to be, up to your normal full capacity, getting ready to roll in. Poor Zeku has caught some sort of weird dragon born, version of a cold and is out for at least another day with these little acidic sniffles. So you're just going to have to trudge on without Zeku.
No.
That sounds horrible. Dragonborn colds, accidentally sneezing acid all over. Fucking horrible.
Telling you.
What a nightmare.
Telling you, it is not a pleasant thing. It's, they don't make Kleenex strong enough for that. Now, when you guys did come in here last, you did encounter one little critter which did not initially attack you. That was the little flump, and it seemed to have a lack of a history for more than anything. It said it was born below and it came up here and it's only remembered these rooms. Everything else pretty much wanted to attack you and, well, eat your face. But you guys have made a serious stand, and there's still a gelatinous cube that you guys have been closing the door on and avoiding the hell out of. Remember that?
My last experience
Yes.
was
I think there's a couple doors, right?
There's one gelatinous cube down here in the down here lower, and it's just slowly slurping around its own little space. Because I remember you guys opened up the door, went eep, and closed the door again.
We did. But there's rooms behind it, so I mean
there are things behind it.
there's no other option.
You are gonna have to either kill it or distract the hell out of it.
So you guys want to start making our way back through this dungeon here?
Are we took a long rest?
Oh yeah, you had a
Everybody's
nice
back to full.
you had a nice pleasant evening listening to bard song and having a beer or two. Basically, so long as you guys can walk out of the dungeon and walk back, we're assuming that every time you come back, you're full hit points.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So has everybody updated their character with their hit points?
I did,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if you haven't rolled your hit dice, now would be a good time.
I just took the standard, which is 6 for me.
For some reason, I can't interact with Arena.
Same.
Oh,
I think
for
we had
God's
that problem
sakes.
last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I recall that being an issue where I couldn't
I
even
also
see.
can't see health bars or anything.
Well, I think we lost Arena or something like that.
Hmm.
Well, let me
And
see.
we added her back in, but not that that's a big thing, but
I think the main issue with seeing health bars and interacting with other tabs is that you have to be made a user for that
Oh,
component.
it's like a permission thing.
Yeah, it's a permission
Yeah.
thing.
that's what I figured.
It's a dumb one because it seems like everyone should be able to see the health of a unit.
Yeah, plus it's not even allowing me to change who controls the token, so that's kind of weird.
Is it because I logged in first?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the case.
No. I mean, like, if I click on Carrick, there's a box that says controlled by, and it's got everybody's name in it. When I click on your title, when your guy, it doesn't give me the same thing. Determined by the character settings.
Is it not a character? Maybe it's like it's being treated like a monster or something?
Hold a moment. Try that.
I see a health bar,
I also see a health bar.
and
I
I
see
can
one as
interact.
well.
Yes.
Nailed
That
it.
did it.
Yay.
Whatever you did
Yay.
worked.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think if you indicate that it does represent a specific character, only that one character can actually interact with it.
Oh, I see.
So I just turned it into a generic token, and now all of you can play with it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Quick question on bonus actions.
Yes,
How do you get a bonus action every turn?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think if you get more than one, I think you have to pick.
Okay.
I think you can use your main action as a bonus action as well if you want. But typically bonus actions are like less powerful type things.
Yeah.
What does resistance to damage mean within this system? It doesn't say like +1.
I believe it is
resistance.
half.
Yeah, it's just a straight up half.
Whatever you take, you have it.
Okay.
Do you have resistance?
So I have a potential spell called Warding Bond. So I ward somebody, and they stay as long as they stay within 60 feet. They gain a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws, and it has resistance to all damage. But every time it takes damage, I take the same amount of damage. So really, it's kind of
You're splitting it. In
yeah,
half.
it's more you're splitting it because
Yep.
if it's halved, but I take half, then
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
so
That's
it
neat.
seemed neat, but I wanted to make sure that resistance to damage was
Yep.
It's like,
something
it's like
variable to
wearing
have.
it's
not
like wearing
like a
a
point
Unity
or two.
ring in Diablo 3.
Yeah.
You're my follower.
Resistance is half, vulnerability is doubled, and yeah, I did a quick check. For bonus actions, you are limited to just one bonus action per turn, so you do have to pick. If you end
Sure.
up with more than one, you have to pick.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like once per combat or something like that.
Nope, once per turn.
Awesome.
That's how Valadrin keeps going. Hey, I will protect my friend who's standing next to me.
Yep.
Well, that's a reaction. So that's
That's a
like the same as you would use like an attack of opportunity or whatever.
Yep.
Or your bonus action, I think, happens like when you're doing stuff.
Cool.
Alrighty. Well, you guys should still see all the rooms that you have already explored.
I'm gonna run in here and puke for a couple minutes.
You guys, of course, still have to cross, and Carrick and Valadrin have to take a couple of minutes to puke. This stuff does not get any better.
I suggest
Does it?
that instead of going all the way to the back of the dungeon, we start with some of the doors that we neglected to begin with.
I was gonna ask, is there any signs of like the feel in front of the door? Is it like weakening or whatever? Or are we just still getting sick the same amount?
You're still getting sick the same amount every time. You're probably thinking that, I mean, this stuff is very sticky, tacky kind of a stuff. It's not drying rapidly. I mean, eventually it'll probably wear off, but for the time being, you kind of get the impression that it was probably designed to last for a while.
Okay. Last time we came through, like, enemies had come back, so we should probably go kind of slow here. I'm gonna move up into this room, I guess.
Okay.
Anything
Nothing
in
is
here?
presently there. Nothing wants to eat your face.
Then I will proceed into this room.
Nothing is currently there.
Excellent. Does this door have an X on it?
I don't believe you guys actually marked that door.
All right.
Then I open it. There could be treasure.
There could be.
Valagrin, you have my you're just going all over the place now.
If we were supposed to open it, there would be an X. So.
Valadrin, when you open up the door, you are faced with a little bit of illumination coming from some very large lichen. We're talking like Alice in Wonderland types of stuff that a caterpillar would be sitting on. These things are monstrous.
Oh man. Any movement?
Nothing is currently registering as moving. It still has that moldy smell to it that you're, at this stage getting a little bit more accustomed to. But it does definitely have a little bit of light coming from some phosphorescent lichen.
I've got a vial with some glowing mushroom that shines as bright as a torch tied to her belt. So she's going to be wearing that as a light source. Even though she has dark vision, she knows that some people here don't. Which I'm assuming is similar to some of these mushrooms that we're seeing in here. But I'll move in with Carrick as well. And actually, I'll go around the corner to see the rest of the room.
All right. When you go around, you see a door and an archway on the south side. You see nothing is trying to eat your face.
Okay. Should I make a perception check? Because I'm going to take a close look around, make sure there's no flumps or any other...
Go right ahead.
Mushroom-dwelling creatures.
You see mushrooms.
I see lots of mushrooms.
Lots of mushrooms, lots of lichen.
Now this down here looks like an archway. Can I see through it?
Yeah, it ends in a very quick dead end. Like, nah.
Okay. Does it look like anything special, like a closet or anything? I'm going to come up real close here.
When you get a look inside, it looks like there's a couple of empty jars in there. It's probably just sort of used as a, just a quick depository for, for rubbish. But nothing, again, nothing looks terribly valuable. Nothing looks. It's basically just where apparently someone just threw a bunch of old pots.
Okay, fair enough. It's a junk closet. I'm ready to move on. Oh, I opened this door over here, and on the other side of it, there should be a white X in chalk. I'm gonna rub it out.
There is a big white X.
I'm gonna rub it out real good, and then close it.
There you go.
Oh no, we weren't supposed to come in here.
Oh well.
Well, now you're in for it.
Is this door locked or?
This door is not locked. It does open away from you, but you're gonna have to give it a little push.
Tom, I do have one other question. Some of these mushrooms and lichens, do I recognize any of them as being kind of mundane, like normal, just large versions of like obvious mushrooms that I've recognized? Or are they all weird?
Well, not so much, but probably. And sorry to typecast the dwarf here, but between the dwarf and your knowledge of medicine and the little bit of alchemy you've been talking about, it looks like they shouldn't really be at this level,
Right.
or this close to the surface, they've probably been planted here.
Okay.
And have been cultivated.
Okay. I want to take a dagger and just cut a little nib off, like this green one with all these little sporelets, just to see if it's blue inside.
It is not.
Okay. So I'll do that. I'll examine it a little bit, and I'll announce with conclusion that this is not made of the same material that
This
all
is
the other
not
things
blue.
All
It's
right, I'm
not
opening the door.
blue. It's green. Okay, that was important
But
to
yes,
know.
it does in fact behave exactly as this plant ought to. It's just, again, it was probably cultivated from a lower depth and brought up.
Right. It's an alchemist's wet dream.
Basically, yeah. If an alchemist got to play in this place, yeah, they'd have a field day.
All right, Carrick's opening the door.
Carrick opens the door. I'll need a strength check, sir.
6.
All right, there is something at the foot of the door that is preventing you from swinging it open.
Is it a grain of sand?
It is
On
not.
that roll.
It is not a grain of sand.
The open of what? Okay.
However,
Okay, very
the
small
door does.
rock.
The door does not give. But there's, like I said, it doesn't seem
Is
to be
there-
locked. But there's something that is preventing you from opening it.
You want me to take a swing at it, Carrick?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try to open the door too.
Okay, make a roll.
Oh, let's see. Oh, great, a 5.
This door is just really, really stubborn.
I'm just gonna move over here. Oh, my hand! Wait, does it have an X on it?
It does not have an X on it. Would you like to put an X on it?
Maybe, I don't know.
I've got the chalk. I decide where the X's go.
What's that one? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, can we hear anything from the other side of the door or anything like that?
Nothing.
Irene, could you try to open this door, please?
Yeah, sure.
We're having a little trouble.
Does it open in
can
to
do
us or out?
It pushes away from you.
All right, I'm going to just slam my body into it in an attempt to bash it in. My strength is a +0.
Wow. This door is single-handedly kicking your asses.
Wait, this is the end boss, I think.
Nailed it. Yep, it's blue. All right,
The door is not blue.
after I smash my body into it, I just take the chalk out and I put a little X over it.
Yeah, we're one away from putting an X on it.
Dangerous, guys. Don't open this one.
Fair enough.
Unless Bagaforth would like to try to hitting it with a hammer or something.
We'll take a swing.
Okay. I back up.
There you go,
I heard
13.
bag of-
All
I
right.
heard bag of-
Above average.
Bagaforth makes a little bit more progress. Basically, what seems to be blocking the door from opening is a growth of vegetation on the floor in the room beyond. So it's higher than the bottom of the door, and as you're pushing it, you're basically trying to like scrape the stuff off of the stone at the same time.
How open is the door right now?
It is open enough so that probably some of the thinner folks could squeeze in. Bagaforth, how much do you weigh? Are you typical stout dwarf?
Probably.
So you probably might need another strength check to get it open. But those of you who are more svelte could kind of wriggle through.
I was
I
gonna
can
say,
just
can I
sacred
see,
flame the.
I was gonna say, can I see in
the
there and
ground.
see if anything? If I have dark vision. Can I look through the crack?
You can see about that much.
All right, I'll let them know about like how much vegetation is
All right.
growing on the ground.
And the vegetation seems to be about like shag carpet depth. It's like 5 or 6 inches of this really thick moss.
Can we hear anything moving now that the door's open, or?
Nothing is apparently moving. Nothing is trying to, react to your walking in.
All right, I'm gonna slide through, since I'm pretty skinny.
Okay.
And once I'm on the other side, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not going to be eaten. and
I follow Arena.
I will kneel down and like scrape away a bunch of the layers of moss with my dagger, and then while someone else pushes, I will pull the door, and we will open this fucking door.
Okay.
You don't know that.
Irina and Carrick, I need from you a Constitution save.
Oh, good. That's what I was hoping for.
Send the elves in.
Oh, 21.
Carrick has no problem.
My Constitution is not fantastic. Yeah, but an 18 is pretty good.
Okay, both of you felt a little drowsy. Not so much that you just like wanted to completely just conk out and go to sleep, but you, as you were scraping some of the moss, you just felt a little sleepiness.
It didn't happen until I started fucking with the moss?
Correct.
Okay. Maybe don't...
Always gotta fuck with stuff, don't you?
All the time.
Don't you, Irina?
You know what's happening, right? I'm putting some of that shit in a vial.
Yeah. I mean, I would too.
1 vial sleepy moss.
You might get 50 gold for this one.
I
Can
know,
we
right?
get 2 of them, please? I would, just at least 2 vials.
Do you have extra vials?
No, but I will pay you.
You did not remember to bring vials on this journey? How dare you?
No, I'm not.
Some take samples to, you know, experiment with, test
And-
with, etc.
And
That's
you
okay,
guys
I
see that this is
Irina
a
sells
very, this is a very, you know, pretty large room, and there are no paths at all through this stuff.
Okay. No one's walking through here.
Can we tell how long it's been growing?
Not so much, but if anyone has knowledge nature, you can make a roll.
This would just be nature. I do not have a trained. It's just...
7.
It would be int for me. Should I roll int?
Int, please.
Nope. 11.
Okay. The only thing which Arena will be able to basically chime in on is this stuff supposedly just has a really fast growth rate. If pretty much left on itself, it will just grow quickly.
So
But
I'm
does
gonna,
it look like it's been growing long though? Because
Yes,
it's-
it does. It does.
Okay.
I'll make sure we leave the door as wide open as we can, so that if it grows so quickly that it like covers the door again, we can get out.
Okay.
Shall we mark the door in some kind of way just in case if it does grow
I
over?
already put a white X on it.
There's
What?
an X. There's
How
an
about
X
a-
on this door.
Yeah, how about a diagonal plus sign? Would that be good?
No plus sign.
Well, we have X's on a lot of doors, so we want to make
Great.
As opposed of actually writing something like "Danger, do not walk through."
Then you got to translate that as a software developer.
But
you
then
wanna-
anyone could read it.
you want symbols all the way.
right. Just symbols will be fine. It's easy.
Very well. If it pleases Tom, I go over to the door and I write include lib danger. Instantiate object moss.
But gentlemen, you have to understand that I'm a math teacher. I like things to be logical.
Return fail if opened.
Great.
Oh, children, what am I to do with you?
All right, I'm coming in too.
Okay, I will need a Constitution check from Valadrin.
No.
Yes,
16.
16 is good.
I guess I will enter the room as well.
Bagaforth, you as well.
Yay.
You guys are fine.
Yes. Just a little moss. It's nothing to worry about, guys.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
well, failing to save would have sucked, especially if all 4 of you failed to save.
I'm going to tread lightly on the moss to try not to disturb it too much. But I'm going to peek over here. See if this is another hallway or a door or what.
That is a passageway that creeps up and does that.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
All right, which hallway, which door do we want to go through first, guys?
I was say, is this all the room that we can see so far?
Yep.
All right, I'm going here.
Carrick runs on up there.
I get out of the moss.
The canary.
The sprinting begins.
Hey guys, there's another corner down. There's a turn down this first corridor. I'm going to see what's on the next.
What will you do? There's 2 hallways to run down.
I'm going to see both of them. I want to see what goes where.
Well, there you go.
I'll take a step over.
All right, when you look up the archway, you see that there's a number of sort of planting stalls, like a box garden, except just on a larger scale. You've got these large elevated platforms, wooden box that are filled with dirt, and there's plants on top. What's the range of your sight, Karen?
120 dark vision.
120 dark vision. Cool. Make me a perception check, sir.
20.
Ooh.
There is something moving just outside of your vision, probably around the corner.
In which direction?
It's ahead of you to the left.
I kind of relay that information to Irina since she's right there. And I kind of move forward a little bit just to see if I can take a closer look.
All right.
All right. At this point, when he says that there's something moving around the corner, Irina will mage armor herself.
All right. Well, you're going to get a good glimpse of the rest of the room.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy.
And this thing tends to look a little bit like a zombie, just a bigger version of one. I need an initiative check.
From everybody or just him?
This thing is aware of you and is going to respond.
13 to have my battle axe.
There it is.
I have a 15.
I kind of yell back what I see to everyone else. To Irina at least, and Irina lets someone else know, I guess.
So, Irina, what'd you get? A 15?
15, yep.
And Carrick, you got a
13.
A 13. And you guys are basically hearing shouts coming from Carrick. This thing. Hello.
Ooh. Big and fat. Great.
All right. This thing moves over here in Carrick's direction. It basically sort of like squeezes in past one of these giant planters and swings at poor Carrick.
Oh boy.
Oh, don't fret. How much damage can I do on it, really?
Really.
It's an enormous zombie.
When you start with that, yeah. Really.
I miss, sadly.
Yes, you do.
We're
What
not
he didn't
sad.
tell us is that all the enemies in this cave also leveled up this past.
No! That's not fair.
Yes, it's Skyrim. The whole world levels when you do it. Dude, I've been playing Fallout 4 an awful lot, so it's like that game does the same thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
However, it reached at Carrick with this club and missed. And now we are going to go to Irina. Irina, you're aware of the fact that you heard some sounds of alarm coming from Carrick.
I take a step over to get a good look at it.
Yeah.
It's some sort of giant-sized zombie. Do I recognize what species it used to be?
Could be an ogre, could be a small giant.
Okay. She'll go, it's a zombie ogre. She'll step back here, and I'm going to target it with a ray of enfeeblement.
Go for it.
Alright, my spell attack is a +5, I believe. Let me just look this up. I haven't created a macro. We got +5, so 1d20 +5. On a hit, The target will deal only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends. Does a 20 hit it?
A 20 hits it.
Okay. At the end of each of its turns, it can make a Constitution saving throw to end the spell.
Cool. What's
Otherwise, it lasts a minute. The DC is my spell DC, which is... It says 13, but it might be better because it's a higher level spell. It's level 2.
Right.
I'll check that while we look.
Eladrin and Vagaforth, you hear the sounds of battle coming from around the corner. Apparently, Carrick yelled YOLO once, and just ran into the building, or ran into the room. Can I get initiative from either of you guys?
I had a
Yeah, I
10.
had a 13.
A 10 and a 13. All right. So, 13, I'll give it to Carrick first because Carrick's right there. What would you like to do?
I want to take a swing at it with my battle axe.
Go for it.
Will a 15 hit?
Oh, certainly.
5 points of damage.
How many? Nice.
5.
And it bleeds blue.
I kind of relay that back to Irina while I'm doing the slicing and dicing.
Okay, it's blue.
Valadrin.
Let's see. I'm going to make my movement, and then I will use a dash action, so I will move again. 1, 2. Can I move over this like green stuff on the left, or no?
If you want to move over again, these are like planters. They're a few feet tall. If you want to try to jump over them, I believe I'm going to need a dex check from you.
Yeah, let's do that.
What could go wrong?
Ooh,
Sure.
That could go wrong.
and I have a -1 for my modifier,
Okay. So
so 0.
So Valadrin decides that he's going to try to hurdle over the planter and fails miserably. You find yourself you find yourself there. You are face down on the pavement, and you kind of made this wet splut noise when you hit the ground.
That's fair.
And Irina was the only one who actually saw it. Carrick heard it, but Irina got to see it. It's definitely a deleted scene on the DVD.
Needless to say, I am done with my turn.
Fair, yes, you certainly are. Bagaforth, you just heard a little wet splut noise coming from around the corner, immediately following one of Valadrin's battle cries.
All right. I will move around the corner and wonder why Valadrin's laying on the ground.
He
but
fell.
I'll see the
It was
zombie
embarrassing.
And I will cast Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. I believe he has to make that saving throw, eh?
Yeah, I think it's a DC. I think it's still a DC 13. My dex didn't.
Oh, I fail miserably.
There you go.
3 more points of damage to him.
Yay.
All right. Irina, your turn.
All right. So at the end of its turn, did it make a Constitution saving throw to try to push away the Rave Enfeeblement?
It did not yet have a new action.
Oh, okay. I've gone all the way
sorry,
around.
you're right. Sorry, my bad. It does.
I was gonna say it goes before me.
That's awfully stupid of me.
Nope.
Fair enough. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No. So his Constitution save.
I was apologizing to Carrick's hit points.
Nope. He does not make the save, so he looks to be enfeebled.
Great. Actually, the save would be made at the end of his turn anyway, so... but I'm assuming he's going to try to hit something?
Oh, yeah. This thing doesn't seem to have that much in the way of tactics, so yes, it's going to take a swing. I believe you said it does half damage, or is it just minus?
Half damage, if it hits.
Gotcha. Will a 16 hit you, sir?
Yes, a 16 will hit me.
All right. And half of that would be 6. As this
Yay,
big,
enfeeblement.
as this big club comes down and does 6 points of damage to you.
Nice.
Would have been a lot worse.
It would have been
Right.
worse. All right, Irina.
All right. Now it's my turn.
It is.
Okay. Nobody's hit this thing yet, right?
It has been hit twice.
Twice. Okay, it has been hit. Good. I'm just gonna hit it with a cantrip. I'm gonna use my chill touch. The ghostly hand goes flying at this thing and attempts to like pull essence out of it since it's undead.
Well, that'll certainly hit him.
Yep, for 2 damage.
That'll work. Eric.
So I am going to, since he hit me, I'm going to attack him again. I'm also going to use my action surge to attack him at least twice.
Okay.
So 16 for the first time.
Hits. And miss.
Wait.
Oh, no, that's the damage.
That's the damage on that one.
I was going to say, okay, never mind.
And then 17 on the second one.
That'll hit.
And 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Excellent.
Paladrin, it is your turn.
Great. I would like to stand up.
Standing is okay.
Does that take my full movement or half? I don't remember how that works.
I don't believe this game has an actual like amount. I think it is a move action to stand up.
Okay. We'll do that then. And then I guess I will... Oh boy. I'll try to jump over stuff again. Or wait, yeah, no, I can't run through. Yeah, I'm just going to try to like jump over to the other side of him, I guess.
Make a dex check.
Oh boy.
Wow. You don't know how to jump. I mean, it's
Wow.
not that hard. It is not that hard.
Oh,
Paladins can't jump.
Come on.
I skipped leg day during paladin training.
Seriously.
just standing up takes half of your normal move.
Okay.
So if you have a move of 30, it takes 15 of it. Okay. Apparently, this one step of 3 to 4 feet high.
It's
Can he
slippery.
stand up as his other half of the move now?
It's kind of on the sad side. It really is. It's really gonna be one of these deleted scenes that's like, okay, take 27. Valadrin jumps the box. Take 35. Bagaforth.
Well, I could try and climb over this paladin who's lying on the floor.
It's actually easier to climb over the paladin than the planters.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. I'll just start screaming. You'll never make it.
I'll
Run from the planter! Save yourself!
He has the high ground.
all right.
Curse at high ground.
Somebody else has to be in melee range other than just Carrick, so I will try and jump the paladin and jump the planter.
I love this plan. Make
All
a dex roll, please.
All right.
Make me proud.
Yeah. It's only +1. There you go. That's how you do it.
Good.
Okay. Bagaforth has landed on the. He basically takes a steps on the paladin's back, gets a couple of extra inches to jump up on the planter. You are now standing on the planter.
Right.
It is steady enough ground that it basically counts as just level ground for while you're up here.
Okay.
If you do want to complete your move over to the thing and take a swat at it, you still can.
Let's see here. So, how much? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't tempt fate and jump down. Let's just
Okay.
do that. But we'll get over here, and we'll attack.
All right.
With the Warhammer. 12 versus AC.
That connects. He takes 9. All right. We then go to it. It is going to take a swat at the little dwarf thing that just hit him. He is still taking the enfeeble half the damage. Will a 15 hit you?
Nope.
All right. And he has to... He is still enfeebled.
Awesome.
Nice.
Sweet.
Irina.
She's going to continue to control the ghost hand on top of him with Chill Touch. $16 to hit for a measly 1 point.
Hey, a point is a point. We then go to Carrick.
I'm going to grab some water.
Water's good.
Can I move to here? Or can I move to actually flank him? Or is he taking up all 4 squares or what?
He is basically, he is a large creature. He does sort of take up those 4 squares. If you are going to try to get through that, you're going to have to make a dex check to basically move through a threatened square. And I'm fairly certain I get it, and if you fail, I'm going to get a free shot at you.
No, I'll stay here then. I'll just attack him again.
Alrighty.
14 hit him.
That hits.
6 points of damage.
Nice. Are you getting a second shot or just the one?
Just the one. I can
All
only
right.
do that surge once a turn.
Valadrin. Clearly the dwarf can do it. This can't be that hard.
I feel very inspired.
You should be.
I'm gonna stand up.
There's 15 feet of your move.
I'm getting good at that. And then I'm gonna see if I can move to here, and I'll make whatever rolls I need to.
You just have to make a DC 10 dex check.
Oh, is that all?
That's all.
The dwarf did it.
Hey, 14.
Valadrin successfully steps onto the planter without falling on his face.
Yes.
All right. I believe that is
First,
all of your
I'd like
move.
to thank God. And
But I believe you have an attack that you can still make.
I would love to do that.
Go for it.
Nice.
9 points. It is seriously unhappy. All right. Bagaforth.
All right. Since everybody wants to be flanking, I will jump off the planter.
Okay. I need a DC 5 dex.
Okay.
No problem.
There you go. And once I'm over here, we will Warhammer. Miss.
That is going to miss. All right. Its turn. It still does not have any
I'm flanking.
That gives you
just
advantage.
Advantage?
Yep.
Okay. Let's try it again. Better.
Yeah.
So
You did 7 points of damage.
Does it die?
yay, flanking.
Woo!
It is not dead, but it is seriously unhappy. It turns its back to you two so it can go after the dwarf.
Of course.
Well, it doesn't have... Oh, look, a nat 20.
Oh, wow.
No.
Wow.
Well, there's no way it can... Oh, God.
Wow.
This is how players die.
Right.
Don't
Okay,
worry, it's enfeebled.
so-
Right,
It's enfeebled, so...
Oh, yeah.
So hold a moment. Instead of simply doubling its attack and then having it again, I'll just roll regular damage.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right? And I believe it is...
It was
Yeah.
2d8
Yep.
plus.
So take 10 points of damage as this club knocks you straight across the head.
Sounds good.
And it is still enfeebled.
Bagaforth says, ow.
Would 20 have knocked you out?
No, I got 29.
Nice.
All right,
20 would
Irina.
put me under. I'm going to continue to control the hand. It seems like we're doing okay, so I don't want to blow too many high-level spells on this thing. I already did one. It seems to be working.
4 points. It is not dead, but it is not happy.
Hand is going into that head wound it's clearly got there. Just crawling around in there and wiggling fingers and shit. Oh, it's disgusting.
It's all sorts of icky nasty.
Super gross. Spooky.
Alright, question. Do I get flanking advantage because of the squares you take up and because we're bag of forces or not?
I'll say you can get flanking, sure.
Okay, I attack him. Do 12 hits.
Certainly.
That's 5 points of damage.
5 more points of damage.
And then a 13.
That hits.
And 2.
You brute. Valadrin, 1 hit from you could probably do it.
Woo! Advantage?
Can you do it, Valadrin? We believe in you.
No, you
Side
don't.
advantage?
Who are you kidding?
I'm sorry. I was trying to make it seem like we actually believed in him. Get his hopes up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And I completely ruined the mood. Sorry.
Yeah, now he's gonna fail miserably. He's done. He's done for.
Do I have advantage on this?
Yes.
Yes.
14.
That hits for
5
5
damage.
points. He drops.
Yay!
Boom. This big
Na,
thing
na,
just...
na, na,
Good job, Roger. You actually did something.
Now, Valadrin, you can lower yourself off the planter
Carefully.
carefully without
someone
making
help
a
me.
roll.
Someone help me down.
Alright, I'll help you down.
Carrick, take my hand.
Jump.
As Valadrin's asking for help and holding his hand out, Irina walks by without really noticing.
Make him roll the dex check.
Irina, the one thing what you're noticing is that
There you go. Finally.
I wasted it.
yeah, well, it had to happen sometimes. Irina, you notice that there is a an alchemist lab set up on the north wall. The planters themselves are filled with rather unusual soil samples, and the plants themselves definitely seem a bit on the exotic side.
I'll take one of the plants and just break off a leaf and kind of look in, see if it's blue.
It is not blue.
Okay, once again, the plants are normal, the animals are not. Carrick, first off, here is your 1 vial of that stuff you wanted to keep, the moss.
The sleepy moss.
1 vial of sleepy moss, and I will replace it with what I hope is an available empty glass vial.
Yeah.
Can I get 2 of those?
Yeah, there's a couple of empty vials here on the station.
Perfect. I just want to replace the ones I'm filling up. I'm starting to become a jingly jangly. I should actually mention, Tom, a lot of the stuff that I don't think I'm going to need right away, I would leave back at the inn.
Fair enough.
Just vials of like the yellow goo and shit like that. But
Gotcha. I mean, the majority of the stuff that you're finding is a mundane substance of one form or another.
Yep.
Some of it has spoiled due to time, and then of course there's still a lot of things that are still worthwhile and salvageable. Again, it's kind of hard to put like a value on all the various alchemical stuff, but the college is almost certainly going to take an interest in this place.
yeah, she'll just make a mental note of it all, but nothing here is really going to spring her interest. Nothing's rare, unusual, or valuable. She's just restocking some spell components and shit like that.
Okay.
Very good. I'm ready to proceed. Carrick, are you just going to make sure that that hallway connects one room to the other?
Yes, I am going to make sure of that.
Okay.
All right. The door opens pretty easily, and sure enough, it does actually connect.
Great.
All right.
I wonder...
I'm going to practice jumping up and down on top of these things a few times.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah.
Oh, I should...
You
I
You never can tell.
should set my fucking hit points to the correct value. I have not updated them since the last game.
Why am I dying so quickly?
Right? I'm going to open this door. Squeaky.
All right. Door opens easily. You're also getting a little bit away from some of that moldy smell. Meow.
It does not
And you
go
see-
back.
And you see a small 30 by 30 room. Looks to be a collection of also a bunch of discarded pots, glassware, and so on and so forth. They're sort of like just shoved into the corners.
Ooh, pretty.
Yep.
All right. Valadrin, would you like to do the honors on the next door, or Carrick? Somebody with more meat.
Valadrin, you could do it.
Go for it, Carrick. Make me proud.
All right. So Carrick is going to crack open the door. It doesn't require any sort of strength check. It opens fairly easily. All right.
That's good because you rolled them.
Yeah, well.
Hey, that was just a practice roll.
And you see, again, a good amount of large-sized mushrooms and lichen that have been planted here. Carrick, I'd like a perception check from you, please.
14.
14 it is. Just before you took a couple of more steps further into the room, you're noticing that some of these mushrooms and plants seem to be dying of some sort. They are a little off-colored, they're dark, they're blackened. Looks like something is afflicting them somehow, some way.
I kind of relay that message back to Irina, who's still outside the door for now.
Okay.
Rita scurries in.
And you.
Does the room?
I need a perception check from everybody, please.
Okay.
Nice.
16.
Bagaforth will definitely pick this up. Bagaforth, Carrick is like talking about how some of these plants seem to be, blackened and decayed. And as you're looking around, kind of assessing some of the damage, you see something sort of drop off the ceiling, and it makes a little bit of a plopping noise.
James, was that you? Or Valadrin, was that you?
It lands on one of the mushrooms.
Guys, something just fell off the ceiling, and it wasn't Valadrin this time.
When you look up, you see something about like that.
Oh my.
And it is moving across the ceiling to get over you guys.
All right, let's go back home.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one.
Well,
okay.
It's black. I don't want to be there.
Knowledge nature, perhaps?
Not quite. Are you staying there, Arena?
No, Arcana. How quickly is this thing moving?
This thing has a speed of 20 feet.
I'm out.
So
I'm leaving.
You have one action.
Bagaforth, please. Close the door. Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out.
Creak.
So you slam the door shut.
Yep.
I'm
going to watch the bottom of the door for a couple of seconds.
Can we put a big X on this door and maybe some...
Well, as you are writing the big X on the door...
I'm not writing the X on the door. I'm watching the door from a distance.
Something is coming through the top of the door, not the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going...
I'm
out here.
Chill touch!
Oh.
I send a ghostly hand at the ooze to tickle it.
All right.
I miss. I hit an 8, actually.
It is in the process of trying to squeeze past the door.
Okay. New plan. Do we want to fight it in this tiny little room, or do we want to draw it all the way into the other room and fight it there? Because
retreat.
I'm more comfortable. Okay. Attacking it on our own ground. Anywhere that Valadrin doesn't have to jump on a planter box would be fine.
Should we close
Wait
this
a
door
minute. He's been
as
practicing.
well?
He's better now.
Should we close this door as well to kind of slow it down coming into this room so we have more chance at it?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, draw an X on the other side of the door before you come through. Maybe it won't open it.
Oh, excellent.
I never know.
Terrible idea.
Well, Well, hold a moment. Oops. Okay. This thing, being dumb as a post, does not pursue you guys.
Okay. I assume we wait a few minutes because we closed the door.
Yep.
But if that passes, Valadrin.
At least a minute passes and nothing is oozing out the door in pursuit of you guys.
Do we want to check to see if it left, or do we want to just move on and forget this area ever existed?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
Here.
All right, back and forth opens the door. This thing is finally reminded that, hey, you guys are there.
He was in there.
All right, I'm going to need initiative on this point.
Yeah.
The first time, it wasn't entirely certain you guys were there. Now it's like, hey, I could eat something.
I thought it went back to its home.
No. It just slurped into that room and basically like went, why did I come into this room? And then you opened up the door and went, oh yeah.
Oh
now
yeah.
I know why I came in. Now I know why I came into this room.
I had to eat something and then take a shit.
I was trying to chase things and dissolve them.
I got a 10.
All right.
I have a 5.
I have a whopping 13. So I do, however, beat Bagaforth, and that's the important part. Bagaforth, if was still in there. Stop moving yourself out of there. So the dwarf opens up the door and goes, I think it's gone. And as soon as he does, this big pseudopod of black, nastiness kind of reaches out and tries to slap at him. Where is that attack? Oh, there it is. +5. Not a big deal.
Wow.
Will an 11 hit you?
No.
Okay. So now I'm going to go to the top of the line, which is Valadrin. Valadrin, back and forth opened up the door, and this big, gloopy, black pseudopod reached out and tried to swing at him.
I'm going to step over so I can kind of see what's going on. And I will just stay here, but I will hold an action. If the blob comes within my reach, I will war pick it.
War picking, in fact. Okay. All right. Back and forth.
I will back out of the door to my original position.
All right. Is the door open or closed?
I left it open.
All right. Irina.
I've got a good line of sight at this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and chill touch it again.
Go for it.
Ghostly hand. Did I miss? It's loading still.
No. You hit it. It's necrotic damage, right? Not cold.
1 point of necrotic damage. Yes.
Nice.
I am attempting to drag it to the grave.
Your macro isn't 1d1, is it?
No, it is a D8, and I keep rolling a goddamn
just
1.
thought I'd check.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't you botch a couple of climb checks?
Yeah, wait a minute. I didn't fall on my face twice.
Wow.
Yeah, he's rolling 1 on a D8. You're rolling 1 on a D20.
Right.
All right.
That's skill.
Its turn. It is going to move a little bit closer. Valadrin, you can use your swing at it.
I would love to do that. Oh crap, 7.
It's piercing damage. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I only rolled a 7 to hit though.
Okay. A 7, however, is gonna hit it. It's an ooze.
Wow.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, that's
9 piercing,
oozy.
whatever that's worth.
And it's piercing damage, which this thing takes full points for.
You say, ooh, that's oozy.
I did.
He did.
Ooh,
All right.
easy.
Think so.
He is going to take a swing at Valadrin.
No. Wait, what's my AC? Oh, okay.
Will a 14 hit you?
No.
All right.
Shield wall.
Basically. All right. Carrick.
I am going to move up here and take a swing at it with my battle axe.
All right.
Will a 10 hit? Yep.
A 10 hits.
9 points of slashing damage.
It didn't seem to care.
Okay. Did it like divide a little bit or whatever? Did it seem like it just kind of reformed itself after that?
Not yet.
Okay.
Still seems to be in one piece. All right. Now, Valadrin, you reset your initiative. Let me double check. Okay. So we go to Bagaforth next.
If I go here, am I in range of it?
Yeah.
All right. Then I will move. Well, yeah, I'll move here. And I will try to warhammer it. That is bludgeoning.
That is bludgeoning. That will do 7 points of damage to it.
Nice.
Nice, indeed. It's going to take a swat. And I got a 1, 2, or 3. Let's see. It's going to go after Carrick.
I would like to protect Carrick.
So it takes a disadvantage then.
Yes.
Nice.
I got protection.
I'm assuming a 12 misses?
Yes, it does.
Then no, need a second roll. All right. Irina.
Esmeraldak.
Yeah.
1 point again!
1, 2.
I'm throwing this virtual dice in the garbage.
Like seriously, you're.
It's not 0.
Ugh, it
like
can't be
literally
0. 1 is the lowest it can be.
Valadrin.
My ghostly hand tickles the ooze. Coochie coo.
War pick. Crap.
A
Well,
5.
didn't hit last time. Does a 5 hit?
A 5 will actually miss.
No.
You
does
did
happen.
0.
It does happen. Carrick. I would not recommend trying to move.
That's what you
through
get
its
for
shape.
making fun of Arena's ones.
I was not going to try to move, but I was going to see if I could actually switch to my longbow, or would that actually?
You can do that, but you probably don't want to try to shoot it while you're standing next to it.
I'll just keep my battle axe. I'll attack it again with the battle axe.
All right.
Get off. Natural 20. 22.
Nice.
22. Nice. Didn't seem to do much.
It's a whole lot of damage that didn't do anything.
Right.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Yes, it did do something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, the 22 is just a hit.
This is what I wanted to know. If it was cutting it in half.
Oh yeah.
You just
Rolling.
cut it in half.
Oh Jesus.
Well,
Jesus. Bagaforth.
does he roll double damage?
He didn't do any damage. He just chopped it in half.
Oh,
Right.
But our DPS
oh, it did
versus
something.
Carrick.
It just didn't do any damage. I gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Then I will warhammer. Boom. 8
8 points of damage.
bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. All right. All right. Its turns. Well, one is going to sort of just stand there and take a swat.
Oh, you actually did cut it in half.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was asking. That's why I was asking the question of what was it doing. When I
It's
was
swinging at
slicing it.
it's swinging at Valadrin.
I'm hoping that it also split the hit points in half.
Will a 16 hit you, Valadrin?
No, it will not.
Okay. The other one will basically move through its friend and ooze over the planter. So it sort of like moves up there.
Does it have
And
to
that-
make a dexterity check?
It does not have to make a dexterity check.
I think it's already on the ceiling, so it didn't actually have to climb over anything.
Okay.
Alrighty. However, it basically did do its entire action just to get there.
Oh, good.
All right. Irina.
Arena goes, "What the fuck? You cut it in half. There's 2 of them now." Esmeraldak. Against the one that is in front of Valadrin and has been kind of the focal point of all the damage so far. Yes, more damage. Embrace death.
There we go.
That's a good one. Valadrin.
Ooh. Well, I guess I'll just war pick the same one, the one to the north.
All right.
Oh yeah, 19 for 10 piercing damage.
Nice.
Nice. It is not quite dead. It's just
I will
not
stay
very
where
happy.
I am.
It's just not very happy. Carrick.
All right, since I
Cut it in
noticed
half
the
again.
battle axe, since I noticed the battle axe is not doing us a good deal of any help, I am
Doing wonders for me.
I
I
like
am
it.
going to actually retreat and switch to my longbow, if possible.
All right, so you're going to just take a withdraw action, get away from the combat. That's it
Right.
for this. Okay. Bagaforth.
I will attack the one to the north.
All right.
Warhammer. 10 damage.
Nice. That one ceases to be.
Oof.
All right. The
Yeah.
one that oozed into the planter is going to take a swat at Valadrin. And miss. Irina.
All right. We got rid of one of them. I don't feel comfortable over here, so I'm going to scooch over there. And I'm going to continue the chill touching.
Chill touching is working.
The ghostly
Oh,
hand
better now.
crawls out of
Max
the other
damage.
one and crawls into the other one.
Nice.
Max damage.
Valadrin. You do not actually have to climb into the planter to take a swat at this thing.
Nice. Can I try if I want to?
Go for it.
I definitely do not want to. War pick. Ooh, 8 for 10.
An 8 is going to hit. It takes 10 points of damage.
I stay where I am.
Alrighty. Eric, you now have a bow in your hand.
I am going to move here and then take a shot at it.
All right.
17.
Will hit.
4 points of piercing damage.
It does not break it in half.
Good.
Bagaforth.
I mean, boo.
I'll move a little bit closer. And Warhammer. 6
Now-
damage.
6 damage. All right. Its turn. Let's see. We're not certain who to hit. We will take a swat at Valadrin. A natural 20.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
This has happened before.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, first, you take bludgeoning damage. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Okay. Here's where it's gonna hurt.
Cold. Acid. Sonic. Holy!
All my armor's gone.
That's
Oh, Jesus.
19 of acid.
What?
He said the word acid like there was more coming.
Right? Like, there's more of this.
Wait, do I have resistance to anything? I don't think so.
What type of armor are you currently wearing?
Well, you know, that's a really good question. I don't want to answer. What do I have? I've got a shield.
I think he wants to know what it's made out of.
I know. I'm assuming metal. I don't know
Okay.
what type.
The armor that you are wearing has been partially dissolved by the acid of this pudding. It is now 1 armor class less than it used to do.
Okay. And I am at 0 hit points.
Oh, dear.
Yay.
Well, that's balls.
Woo!
Good times.
Yep. It says the armor is totally destroyed if the penalty reduces it to its AC to 10.
Oh, I have chainmail.
Right. So if at any point I lower your armor class to 10, your armor is destroyed.
Is it possible for him to repair this armor?
if you've got either a blacksmith or a spell.
Well, that's
But
kind of what I meant.
But I just dissolved a big chunk of it.
Yep.
Okay, Irina, you just saw Valadrin go on the ground.
Not that it required explanation, but it makes sense not to let it touch you, Esmeralda. I continue to direct the ghostly hand in and out of goopy parts for another 1 point of damage. Wah,
You
wah.
brute. All right, Valadrin, since you are at 0, I believe I need a stabilize for you, sir.
It's just a D20, right?
A straight D20.
Ooh, a 10.
10 is good. That's a plus.
Whew.
Carrick.
I am going to take another shot at the ooze. Back here, 13.
That'll definitely hit it.
4 more points of piercing damage.
Ooh, it's severely unhappy. Bagaforth.
Let's heal Valadrin. For 7 points.
Yay.
7 points.
That was
All
actually
right.
Valadrin. There we go.
Hey Tom, is the black pudding hanging from the ceiling or is it resting in the planter?
It's resting in the planter.
Is it dissolving all of the plants and mushrooms and shit that are in there?
Yep.
Okay.
It is going to reach out and go after Bagaforth.
Bring it.
Because you're standing, and Valadrin lying on the ground is actually beneath the planter.
I need to practice like fighting from the ground. I think I've been on the ground more than standing.
Will a 7 hit Bagaforth? Or a 12, rather.
No.
All right. It reaches out and swats at you, and it misses pathetically. Irina.
I'm going to continue to direct the chill touch hand in there. Embrace death!
More than one? Oh,
Come on, give me a better number than a 3. Well,
Valadrin, you are at positive hit points, lying on the ground at the base of a planter that contains a black pudding.
I hate my life. I stand up.
I've made some very bad life choices.
Seriously.
I stand up and I war picket.
Valadrin finds his high school guidance counselor and kills him.
5 piercing damage.
You said be a paladin. You lied. It is not dead.
see the
It
world,
is
they
severely...
said.
However, Carrick... Oh, sorry, Carrick or... Carrick, you're up, sir.
I am going to take another shot at it with longbow.
All right.
There's an 8 hit it.
An 8 hits.
6 points of piercing damage.
And it just sort of stops moving.
Good work.
It just fills up the planter with its stuff.
Am I able to recover my bows from it, or did they dissolve into it?
Oh, they all dissolve pretty
Okay,
solidly.
just making sure.
So, when the black pudding stops moving,
Yes.
does it also stop dissolving stuff around it? Or...
It's not like an instantaneous effect, but it does seem to be slowing down dramatically.
Okay.
You're probably looking at like another couple of minutes of it probably. I mean, all the plants in that planter are completely gone.
Okay. I find like a shovel or some shit that they were using in these planters, and I scoop the black pudding into a corner so that we can walk by it.
Fair enough.
Oh, I also let everyone know that trying to slash at the black ooze doesn't work very well. It kind of created 2 of them. If
Well,
anyone didn't notice that.
wow, we did see that happen. Well done.
Important safety tip. Thanks.
Just making sure everyone remembers that.
Dear diary, in the future, don't slash black pudding.
It
Giggity
ranks
gig.
right up there with "Don't cross the stream."
Don't
We get
cross
it.
the
Okay,
streams.
we're good.
Important safety tip. Thanks, Carrick.
Hey, I just want to make sure everyone knows. I mean, Elijah's not been able to climb, so I'm just covering all bases here.
Yep, Valadrin,
But yes,
avoid planter boxes.
Now, Valadrin stepped away, but yes, Valadrin's armor has suffered a permanent and irreparable -1 penalty on the AC. Basically, he's going to need enough repair to basically get another one. But yes, your armor class is now better by 1.
Or worse by 1.
Or worse by 1.
I can't fix that. That's not a thing that I do.
No.
Maybe Zaku can, but not me. And then she walks into the other room. Hey, look, a door.
So, what's your armor class at now?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm at 18 now.
Okay.
So he's still okay.
Yep.
And what is your health at right now?
It's at 7. I was thinking about healing myself. I think I'm going to lay on hands myself for 10 points.
Yeah, you might want to do something before the next battle, probably.
Yeah.
I was gonna say either that or because I still have 1 healing potion. That's what I was gonna ask.
Oh, okay. No, I'm good
But
for
yeah-
now.
Yeah,
But yeah, but Valadrin, you also missed Carrick's important safety tip. Do not slash
Do not
black
slash
pudding.
the black pudding because it creates 2 of them.
Oh, I hadn't
Just so you
noticed.
know. Yeah, I was making sure everyone noticed that. I thought I was doing well, and then all of a sudden it became 2.
He somehow feels responsible for that.
I didn't say I feel responsible. I just
Oh,
had
sorry.
to let people notice.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. All right.
Responsibility is a lot.
That is true. It's a big word. It's a big word. Okay. Next room, yes, after you guys have successfully laid on hands and prepared and so on.
Yeah.
Irina, I would like a perception check from you. Since you are the one standing by the dope.
Okay, it's a 9.
The air smells almost perfumey sweet.
sounds entirely not suspicious.
Anyone have nature knowledge-y things? No? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead with, well, fuck it. Medicine probably isn't gonna help here either. How about an
Not really.
insight check? Can I roll an insight check to determine what might be causing such a smell?
Sure, go right ahead.
That is a +3.
I mean, it's not exactly what it's supposed to be for. It's more like the new sense motive. But
Can I do a perception check to see if I notice anything?
Well, it didn't matter. It was
well, yeah, I mean, Arena basically says it just smells sweet in there.
Knowing what I know about pretty much every other fucking room we've gone into, I assume that this is a bad thing. However, everybody else is wounded, so I will throw open the door
Let's go for it.
Okay.
and prepare to leap backwards.
As he prepares to leap backwards. All right. The room is filled with good-sized lichen and mushrooms. I would like a medicine check from you, sir.
I can do that one.
Yeah.
That is a +3 as well.
Dr. Arena.
Dr. Arena.
Dr. Randall.
Worst bedside manner ever.
All right.
Wait.
Arena went for a medicine check and did not get it.
Nope.
All right. Now you can clearly tell that these mushrooms and lichen are different. They're giving off a like that floral bouquet.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what the heck these things could be used for.
Do they look similar to these other mushrooms?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, despite the fact that I use the same tokens, they do
Got
have
it,
a
sure.
distinctive look to them.
No problem. I
Is
just
there
assume.
any signs that the black pudding ooze, whatever, was in this room or came from this room or anything like that, or was it just?
Nope. No, however it got into the other room, it seemed to have gone a different path. It might have even just like oozed through cracks in the rock.
One more question. Did the black pudding at any time appear to have blue blood?
Not really, no.
Okay, fair enough. I sneak into the room.
All right.
Tiptoe to the window.
I'll come in with you.
All right. Everyone who's going in the room, I need
I'll get that
a
Constitution save.
roll.
I take it all back.
No, you don't, you big baby.
11.
11 is good. 9 is good.
Oh, good.
Well, meaning that it's good for me. Arena's good.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Good as a relative.
I embrace death.
Okay. The following the following thing happens to you guys is you walk in and you sort of like get a whiff of all of these spores that are like in the air. Two things are going to happen. First off, each of you heal 3 hit points.
That's great. Only I didn't lose any, but okay.
Yep.
What's the catch?
You all
the
go
catch
unconscious.
is your head is swimming like you just drank a whole bottle of booze all at once.
Cheers.
Oh boy.
Awesome.
Do I fall on the ground for a 4th time?
Until you get a full rest, until you get a full rest, you're going to be at -2 on everything. You just cannot seem to focus terribly well. I mean,
I go
you
over
like
to this archway and see what's in there.
you like hold your sword in your hand, and you actually have to swing it a couple of times to remind yourself how it's actually like swings. In Arena, you know that you can cast spells, but it's now like trippy.
I put some of the nearest mushroom spores into a vial.
Fair enough.
How
Fair
long
enough.
does that take you to do?
1 vial medical
Is he singing to himself?
marijuana.
Irina now has a song in her head that she's now starting to hum.
Tiptoe to the window.
And Bagaforth is doing the dwarven version of the Girl of Ipanema.
Irina acts completely the same, except every once in a while she giggles.
Is this door here that I'm in front of? Or?
It is an archway. It opens into another room that seems to have similar perfumey type mushrooms.
Hey guys, there's more over here.
So just curious, if we had succeeded on our Constitution roll, would we not have healed?
Yes, you would not have healed, and you would not have
Been drunk.
gotten the euphoric effects.
Nice.
But yes, it's very, very similar. It's the same kind of things.
I think we should totally keep exploring this cave.
This place is huge.
So,
That's what
okay.
she said.
Wow. Wait. That has nothing to do with your penis. So,
by the way, Irina, do me a favor. Make me a medicine check.
yeah, I'll do that again.
Dr. Arena. Medicine.
Yeah, medicine woman, if I ever make this check correctly. Nope, not a clue.
Did you read
Okay.
anything?
Now, these spores that you collected, if you want to use it as a potion of healing, you can. But it's going to be kind of hard to be ingested since it's not liquid. You'll probably have to mix it up with some water or something if you want someone to drink it. If you're thinking of using it as a thrown missile weapon, again, it's not exactly like you're going to make this big cloud just poof. But you probably have enough mushrooms in here to make a lot of these happy little healing potions.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I was thinking
they
about
are-
like pouring it on somebody's face when they were still conscious and making them breathe it in, but if I can mix it with water, can mix with water.
Yep. It's basically a half-strength potion of healing with a rather unusual side effect.
Okay. All right. I was writing stuff down earlier when you were discussing what happens to my spellcasting. What does happen to my spellcasting?
-2.
No, yeah, you take a -2 on everything.
Okay.
You'll basically what I'm going to want from you to cast the spell is you just roll a 20 and don't get a 1 or a 2. If
Okay.
you get a 1 or if you roll a 1 or a 2, you're going to slur one of the words or
Mess
wiggle
up.
your fingers in the wrong way.
Got it. Okay. Fair enough.
-2 to hit and a -2 to
Not to
for
damage, only to hit. Anything that requires any sort of focus, attention, mental capacity. Swinging a weapon is pretty much just muscle memory, but you still have to, a few reflexes and dodges and parries and such that you have
You
to
gotta
keep in
not
mind.
be drunk when you're doing it.
Yeah.
All right, I have to step away to pee.
You step away to pee. We'll take a quick bio break. Now, Carrick, when you come on in, you're going to see that.
Okay, I kind of let everyone else know. Kind of, there's a couple more doors in here. Some of them look like they might lead back to where we were once before, but I'm not quite sure.
You never can tell.
Do you know how big this place is? Like, how big we've explored so far? Has anyone keeping track?
Well, you guys have the map in front of you. You guys have you should be able to see everything that you've seen so far. But yep, it's a pretty good sized dungeon.
It is.
Well, for my own sake, I mean, I kind of like the occasional dungeon crawl, and since the first half of this adventure doesn't really have one, that's why I threw one in, basically.
Yeah, no. That's great. I'm gonna come up here unless we're waiting for Phil.
All right. When you go up there, it has an archway, and you see that there is a small stack of boxes. The last time you saw a stacked bunch of boxes, they had coins in them.
Carrick, will you come see if this is trapped?
Sure.
He's not a rogue.
Run.
We lost Carrick.
No.
We did.
We lost Carrick. As soon as you said, check if there's a trap, he pooped.
I know. There he is.
You made me run away.
That was it. That's what it said. As soon as he said, hey, check if this is trapped, Juan disappears.
Right. I go in there and see what's in there.
All right. In the boxes, the boxes are sort of separated in denominations of 100, or rather collections of 100. There is 1,700 copper pieces and 800 silver pieces.
I kind of relay that back to them as I stuff some in my pocket.
Apparently, the former owner, or at least the person who put all this coin together, was very OCD, because every single box has exactly 100 coins in it. And apparently, they did not like the silver and the copper in the same boxes.
That makes sense.
The only thing he couldn't do was make certain that they were all like, head side up. That's a little bit too much.
You said 1,700 copper, 800 silver?
Silver, yep.
Okay. Nice. Let's
Yeah.
steal it.
You certainly can.
Well,
Hey, let's just borrow
it here.
it for an extended period of time.
Oh, okay. We'll put it back with interest someday.
There you
Yeah.
Someday.
Write an IOU and put it there.
Running back.
I got money.
I got money.
Guess what we found?
Yep, they found 25 boxes, each containing 100 coins. There's 1,700 copper and 800 silver.
All right. Did someone else write that down, or should I write that down?
Go for it,
I
Phil.
did, but maybe you should too.
Okay.
I think you're the treasurer, Phil.
Yeah, you're like the treasurer.
Yeah.
1,700 copper and 800 silver.
Yes.
Okay.
Mintage is kind of on the older side, and might be dwarven.
Here, let me sneak peek. Yeah, I don't know. It's money.
It is money.
This
It's
looks
not
like it's made of copper.
Yeah, really. It's not like a Canadian loon or anything. It's actually looks like money. All right, you have 3 doors, gentlemen.
I will try to open this one.
All right, opens fairly easily, and no major surprise there.
Excellent.
I tried to open that one.
Also opens up pretty easily, but you definitely are confronted with a little bit of dust. Seems like you're getting a section that's not greatly used. It's just a little hallway that sort of connects to itself. There's a good thick amount of dust back there. Doesn't look like it's those doors have been opened anytime soon.
Is there anything that I can see in there, like any things on the wall or anything like that?
Nope, no tracks, no, nothing hostile.
Okay.
Apparently, it was just a dead space, and staff has probably had no specific interest in it.
All right, you guys want to like go back over this way? Canary,
Yeah.
you want to do your thing?
I'm in here. Wait, right here. What do I see?
It turns to the south.
There's nothing straight ahead of me, like it's just dead end there.
You don't see anything else. It's just sort of a dead end.
Right,
However, when
here.
you go there, it goes down to a door.
I go to the door.
That's
I tell-
adorable.
I tell everyone there's a door. It is a adorable door. I try to open it.
Carrick, I need a perception check from you before you open it.
Uh-oh.
A 12.
All right. You do hear an unusual sound coming from the other side of the door. It sounds kind of mechanical.
I kind of let everyone else know about that. You guys still want me to open this door?
Is it like a whirring or a scraping or a...
It's kind of like a broken vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
It's a regular rhythmic sound, but it's slow, and it's like I said, it's.
I'm opening the door.
Yeah.
It just kind of sounds kind of weird.
Let's go for it.
All right, Carrick opens up the door,
Oh, I'll stay in the back.
and he's going to stay in the back. All right, Carrick, when you open up the door with your vision, you see basically. Just a second.
A giant broken vacuum cleaner. No.
That the sound of these mechanical sounds are coming from these two large apparatus. They effectively they look like giant vats. They're closed vats, and there is a mechanical sound coming from both of them.
Is there anything I can tell them, like as to how they're being operated, or are they just like driven mechanically or whatever? How are they going with?
Well, I mean, you're not seeing anything mechanical. Yeah, I mean, from where you're at. I mean, you're not seeing actually anything specific about it.
All right, I move in.
All righty. He moves in to take a close look at the vats.
Good plan.
I love this plan. Cool. Pardon me while I pull out the monster.
Oh God, no!
Oh, run away! Run away!
It's an animated beer fermenter.
That's what we're here for.
Oh, this beer.
All right. Hold a moment. Hold a moment.
Oh God.
I am going to need initiative from you, sir, because elsewhere in the room, you see a couple of really big frogs.
Oh fuck.
I got a 14.
14's not bad.
Do you need it from me and Valadrin?
Yes.
Oh, I'll also give initiative.
17.
I
17.
kind of yelled to Arena that there's frogs, and he's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, there's frogs."
Ribbit, ribbit.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Croak.
And Valadrin has 17. And Bag of Forth also. And Bag of Forth is
14.
I'm going last.
Well, who knows? Let's check the frogs. Honey, plus 1. 13. Okay. Valadrin, you are first.
Oh boy. Is all of this terrain passable, or do I need to like?
It
move
is.
around?
It is passable. The mushrooms themselves are going to act as obstructions, but you can still navigate around them.
Okay. I'm gonna come over here,
Okay.
and I think I'm gonna try to attack this thing.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I only rolled a 6.
All right. You're gonna miss it.
That's my turn.
All right. We then go to Bagaforth.
For this froggy. And Warhammer. 12.
All right. Is that with the -2?
Oh, no, 10.
You miss.
Yay! I'm drunk.
Carrick.
Dude, are you totally seeing the size of these frogs?
This is not going to be good.
I am going to take a shot at one of them with my longbow.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll take a shot at this one here.
All right.
Don't hit me, man. Nice.
19.
That's gonna hit.
For 1 point of damage, really? Come on. Come on.
You brute! You have done a point of damage to a frog. All
First
right.
blood.
All right. There's a frog by Valadrin. It is going to attempt to bite him. Will a 16 hit you?
Does the drunkenness make my AC go down?
No.
But your
Okay,
melted
then
armor
no,
does.
that does not hit me.
Okay. And Bagaforth, let's see. It's going to try to bite you. And miss. All right. That is them. We then go to Arena.
All right, I'm going to mosey up next to Kirk here. I'm going to target the one that Valadrin is fighting with a Ray of Sickness. A sickly green ray of energy. Oh, I forgot. I actually have to roll to see if it even goes off.
Yep.
1d20. It's going to miss anyway, but... just to see if I fuck up my spell completely.
Gotten it close
Oof.
there.
Wow.
So you barely got the spell off.
Which is why I didn't hit with it. Yes, that's
But
it.
even when he did get the spell off, he misses. He
Rolled an
swings wildly.
8. Yeah, an 8 strikes the wall, and I blew one of my spells. Bloop. Damn it!
Valadrin, it is your turn. As you hear Arena, like, tripping behind you.
Oh man. I guess I'll do the traditional war pick.
Traditional
good.
it is.
That's a 19 after the -2.
That definitely hits. 8
Woo.
points.
And I will stay where I am.
All right. Agaforth.
Warhammer.
Warhammer. That-
14 to hit.
That hits.
3 damage.
3 more points of damage. Yours is not dead. Eric.
I am going to go after the same one that I hit earlier, the one in front of Bagaforth.
All right.
Does a 12 hit?
Yes, it does.
And 6 points of piercing damage.
Not dead, but not happy. Their turns. One is going after poor Valadrin.
No. I'm so weak.
I rolled a natural 1. Don't
Oh,
worry.
good. I needed that.
And one goes after Bagaforth. I get a modified 18.
18 hits.
18 hits. All right. 6. You're going to take 4 points of damage.
Sounds like
And-
more.
And it swallows
And-
you.
But wait,
You-
there's more.
You are considered grappled.
That's
As-
so sticky.
When it bit you, it did not let go with its mouth. It still has you, and it's trying to nom you.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom. You can always make an escape check if you want, but it's going to be really, really hard for you to try to swing your weapon. Alrighty.
Does the escape check just use the move action, or
Nope. You have to make either a strength athletics roll or a dexterity acrobatics roll.
But does it use?
It is an action. It's an action to do it.
Okay. But that would be my like turn action.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Irina.
Irina's going to dart past this mushroom, ducking under it. She sees what's happening to Bagaforth. Bagaforth, no! And she attempts to Ray of Sickness the frog that's grappling him.
Natural to do the D20 first.
Gotta do the D20. Sorry about that. I rolled the other thing first.
If the spell gets off, you are going to hit it.
Boy, it sure would be nice.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
It does. Great.
You do 6 points of damage to it. It is not dead.
It needs to make a Constitution save, or it becomes poisoned.
Does it now?
Which gives it disadvantage on all the attack rolls and possibly more shit. I think I have it printed out. If not, I'll look it up in
What
the
is
book.
the D20 for? Like, what do you need to roll for the spell to succeed?
Oh, that's because I'm drunk.
Yeah. Because he's not thinking coherently. It will a 13 make the save?
A 13 will make the save. That is hit.
Then
That
it
hits
is
my
no
save.
longer poisoned, or never was poisoned.
Actually, that happens at the end of my turn, next round. So it will for this round, but not next round.
Valadrin.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I think I have that backwards. No, you're good. You're good. You're right, Tom. It does not get poisoned.
All right.
My bad.
I guess I'm just gonna war pick the one in front of me again.
War picking
11 to hit.
will hit for 5
Wow.
points of damage.
That's fine. But please.
All right. Agaforth, this giant frog is trying to gum you to death.
So what are the penalties now that I'm grappled?
You need to make a either a strength athletics roll or a dexterity acrobatics check. It's going to be at -2 because of your mental state, and it's going to be opposed by its athletics check.
But if I don't try to ungrapple and just say, "Yep, keep gnawing on me," what's the penalty?
Let's see. You can escape, you can try to move, but you cannot seem to... if you were able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this would replace one of them. I'm not seeing anything that says that you cannot take any action. It's kind of weird. But, let me do a quick double check.
Yeah, it just says a grappled creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated, and then the condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it looks like it just reduces your speed to 0.
Yeah, so
So I
you
just
can still swing at it.
All right.
Yeah, you can't move.
Wasn't planning on moving. All right, great.
Yep.
Do we know if he gets any extra bonus attack, something? Would I know that?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, we'll just warhammer it anyways.
Yeah. At some point, I'll make a little cheat sheet for all the various conditions.
With a natural one.
Bagaforth whiffs.
So
Carrick.
grappling does have an effect on my rolls.
We can't disprove that.
I am going to take another shot at this one here.
Nice.
That's gonna hit.
Not so nice, but
Seriously, 1 point of damage.
You brute.
Okay, Irina.
It is not dead. It is its turn. There's one by Valadrin. Let's see. Well, that's going to miss sadly and pathetically. Another natural 1.
Nice.
And the one on Bagaforth is going to nom on him a little bit. For 2 whole points of damage.
doesn't have to make a attack roll.
Nope, because it never let go.
Fair enough. We'll take the 2.
Which one is almost dead?
The one that has Bagaforth in its mouth is close to death.
Okay.
How's that dwarf taste to you?
Meaty. Kind of stinky. Embrace death!
More damage.
Oh, keep forgetting I gotta roll for the fucking spell. Hold on.
Roll for the fucking spell.
And then the spell doesn't hit.
And then spell doesn't hit anyway.
Okay.
Well,
We then go to Valadrin.
War pick.
to the mouth.
No.
It's a holy miss.
Gonna miss. Gonna miss a lot. Back and forth.
Warhammer. 3.
Misses. Carrick.
Natural
I
one.
think, I think that's my second natural one.
Oh.
Somebody kill this
Two.
frog that's eating the dwarf.
2.
Oh my gosh, the dwarf continues to live one more time.
He's quick. He's dissolving in the frog's mouth.
Quick, let's do damage to the dwarf. 3 more points to the dwarf.
I'm fine. I feel happy.
Not dead yet.
And Valadrin, I think a 16 misses you.
Correct.
All right. Irina.
I
Roll the
will
21st.
roll the 21st. Thank you. Spell. Fuck!
Keep drinking, Arena.
I'm gonna go get some water.
Irina's like, wait a minute, I was just about to do something. I swear.
It's a giant
Where
fucking
am
frog.
Back and forth. Kill this thing.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
That does it.
Yeah,
3
It's-
damage.
It slumps to the ground. It releases you from its mouth. You're covered in all this blue goo.
Fantastic. If I still have a move action, I'll move over here and help.
Well, you're gonna have to stand. So
Okay.
that's gonna eat
All right,
half of
half.
you.
So I could probably just move over.
Yep. Carrick.
I am going to move here and take a shot at this one. Does 16 hits.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
2 whole points of damage.
It's twice as good as your last hit.
Right?
This battle.
Is that a
Battle
100%
so
improvement?
slow.
Is that a 100% improvement?
These frogs are not supposed to be this badass. I'm just
Everyone's
letting
like,
you know.
I mean, he grappled me, but he really didn't do all that much damage.
All right. It tried to bite Valadrin and missed sadly. When Phil sits down, Irina gets a chance to fumble a spell again.
Freaking frog, motherfucker.
Is that Jack Daniels?
No.
It is Jack Daniels.
No, this is
Evan Williams?
it's not bottom shelf whiskey. This
Is it
is
Evan Williams?
Ezra Brooks.
Oh.
Well, Irina, if you're going to try to cast a spell, I need you to roll that 20 again.
I am going. Well, that fucking the frog that was injured finally died. Good.
Yes,
good,
it did.
Yeah.
Good
Back and
job.
forth killed it.
I'm going to attempt to cast a spell. And I should probably state in advance that I am using a Ray of Sickness at level 2. In case I fuck this up. Alright.
This spell goes off.
Good. Irina is channeling her usual green energy through her staff, pointed at the frog. And her eyes glow red. And I'm going to go ahead and Ray of Sickness! Come on, hit. Nice! It gets an extra 1d8. Is it already dead?
It is already dead, but
Fuck
you
it.
killed it a lot.
Alright, I definitely poisoned the crap out of that
enough,
frog.
Enough. It's dead.
Die!
Blue frog bits are now all over the place. In your somewhat lessened mental capacity, you guys are kind of tripping out about the whole thing.
I'm about to
Dude, that was
lessen my
totally
mental
awesome. Did you
capacity.
see that, man? It was like in that frog's mouth.
Yeah! You were inside it! Tell me how I
When the battle's over,
felt.
the only sound that is being made is from these 2 machines.
Alright, it's time to check on these machines.
Dude, Maybe there's some more beer in those things.
I'm actually very interested in that. Do the machines have... Well, okay, looking at the machine, Tom, what do I notice about it? What does it look like?
Well, two things are going to... I mean, in addition to the noise it's making, it also feels warm when you get close to it.
How warm?
Well,
So
I'm gonna just crawl over here, cuddle up, and take a nap.
Not like boiling warm, but it's noticeably warm, like a space heater kind of a thing.
okay.
It's so comfy.
And one more perception check from me.
All of us.
Anyone who's getting close to these machines. $11 is enough. Irina, you kind of something reminds you of fermentation.
Yeah, that was my my initial thought when I came in here. Is there like an exit spigot or anything of that nature that can be...
There is.
Indeed. Any sort of labeling, messages, English, fuck. All right, it's vial time. I take a vial, I hold it under the spigot, I give it a quick little and try to fill up the vial.
Okay, the stuff that comes out is very thick liquid, like the consistency of ketchup, but it does actually fill up your vial.
Okay, is it blue?
No.
What color is it?
Black.
It's sort of a pale yellow.
I hold it close to Valadrim and say, smell this.
I totally do it.
It does not affect you like this, like the goop at the entrance.
Irina looks a little disappointed, actually, because now she doesn't know what it does. Okay. Can I run a few quick little smell, maybe? I don't know if I want to taste it. It seems like if someone's creating this on purpose, it's probably not horrible? Question mark. I mean, I don't fucking know.
We have no reason to believe it would be bad.
We have no reason to believe it would be bad. Okay. I'm going to... can I use medicine to maybe determine what this thing might do?
No.
Can I use Arcana?
Arcana, yeah.
Okay. I will roll an Arcana check.
All right.
That is actually better than medicine, so haha. Sucks for you.
Hot indeed.
Nice.
Alright, 23.
It does seem to be magical in nature.
Okay. But I don't know what it does.
As far as what it does, I mean, it's an alchemical potion, so
Yep.
it's going to duplicate a magical effect without actually officially being magical.
Right. Okay. It's kind of what we figured. This is some sort of alchemical potion. Would anyone like to be the guinea pig, or shall I do it?
Maybe you, so we can heal you if something goes wrong.
Cheers. She takes just a little tiny sip of the potion.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Fair enough.
My
Can I
new
get on the
character.
floor
I
right.
ready my warhammer.
As he does that, I look around.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I don't believe you're going to get any effects of it. Hold a moment.
I'm gonna have to drink the whole fucking thing.
No. Let me see
Chug it.
here.
Chug it.
No, hold
Chug
a
it.
moment.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Right, Phil, you saw that, right?
I did, in fact, see that.
No one else saw that.
Correct.
Oh, what?
Cool.
I'm being passed
That's right.
notes.
I did not see that whisper that you sent to Phil that said,
Whisper?
when you drink this, you... No, I'm just making it up.
You didn't see the whisper that he said to him?
In no indication is what the DM whispers to you after you've drank a potion a good thing.
You know what? I'm in the YouTube live stream. I could probably find out exactly what he said to you.
No.
But I'm not going to.
Okay. So I'm quite certain of this.
No, this is out of character. But that's why you don't get an effect.
Okay, I understand that. So I sip it and I don't feel anything. Does it? It probably tastes bad. It's not.
The only thing it does seem to do is that weird hangover effect that you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Takes that right out.
Oh fuck! That's delightful. I drink the whole thing.
Chug.
Just chug the whole thing. I
It's
wiggle
like
my
pale
hands.
Yellow, it's like pale yellow ketchup. So, I mean,
I lick the inside of the vial.
It's like halfway between drinking and eating.
Yeah. No one takes a bottle of ketchup and just tips it.
And do I?
You haven't seen my boys.
I feel like the hypnosis effect affecting me is gone. The drunkenness feels gone.
Yes.
Okay. It seems to be a kind of a hangover cure, guys. Would you like to remove that nasty lightheadedness you're feeling? I can perhaps even mix a little water in with the vial, if that helps.
What race are you again?
I'm a tiefling.
I think I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Irina will fill up... Oh, fuck it. She'll fill up all 4 of her remaining vials.
Done.
Did he lose any hit points?
I feel fine, Bagaforth. I don't...
You don't see any physical reaction from Arena. You don't feel like, wounds, healing up or anything else like that.
In fact, I feel a lot better, actually.
All right, so I go and I put my head right under the spigot and...
I will caution you that it comes out real thick and it doesn't taste great.
Doesn't matter. So the dwarf basically, positions himself under this spigot. He gets this nasty pale yellow stuff mixed in with his mustache and his beard.
I could have...
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Well, forget it.
Wow.
Yeah. This is exactly where, Soup Strainer, comes into play, I think. It is, however, going to remove that hangover effect. You will become clear-headed. However, this stuff is all in your facial hair.
Okay.
Just saving some for later.
I reach into my bag and pull out a flask of ale.
It's okay. I love this plan. It works great.
I think that this is a positive thing, at least to cover to the hangover. I'm going to hold on to some. If anybody gets real dead, maybe I'll shove some in your mouth. But I think we're ready to move on.
All right, I'm going to try some. I'm going to try some.
I was also going to say that. 2 of you did it without side effects? Sure, why not? What could go wrong?
Let's go try it.
I'll try some.
Valachin rolls up a new character.
Back and forth, I'll try a little bit and see what happens.
When you take a sip of this stuff, it doesn't taste very well, and it does have a nasty consistency, but it gets rid of that foggy-headed feeling you had from the mushrooms.
All right.
Behold!
Good.
For science.
All right.
I don't know about you
The
guys.
reason I charge Irina.
What? No. Why? I was just about to suggest a short rest. Okay.
Right.
I recommend that we take a few minutes to collect ourselves, regain some lost hit points and or spell points before we move on. Yes, indeed, a 10-minute mandated short rest.
A short rest indeed.
I don't require any hit point rejuvenation, but I would love to regenerate 1 of my spells.
It is 10:09. How long are we going, boys?
I could end now or maybe 10:30. I don't want to play too much longer than that.
All right. I mean, we probably don't have enough time for another combat per se, but another room or so if you just want to explore a little bit more.
We can end on a cliffhanger of us opening the next room that has a combat.
That is true.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, since Carrick is right there anyway, I will reveal this room for him. There is a room that is just has a couple of lab stations out there.
Arena, there's something in here that you might want to see.
Do. What you got there?
And if we're doing a short rest, I'll use a hit die and regain some hit points.
All right.
Someone recommended in the chat, and perhaps they're not here so they can't tell us, but someone recommended that you just like lather your spelth in the spores to heal, and then come back and drink some of this stuff.
That is an option.
Just do a little medical marijuana followed by the hangover cure instead of burning a hit die.
Is that what we're going to call this now?
I have already written that on my sheet.
I know. Is that what we're going to call it? It's official now. So...
It's clearly shrooms. So instead of burning a hit die, why don't I apply some spores to your nose, and then when you feel all better, you can drink some of the yellow stuff.
One small drawback, unfortunately, is the fact that the recuperation powers of these mushrooms are not cumulative, so it's not like taking a bath and then does any more than 3.
Okay, fair enough. So it wouldn't have worked anyway. But we give it a try. It doesn't seem to work, and then Valadrin spends a hit die.
True, but I had to make that correction in a previous time I ran this game because I had people who tried just that. It's like, I'm just going to do little spore angels in the mushroom spores, and I'll be happy. It's like, yeah, no, sorry.
What are these tables?
They are lab stations, same as you found throughout the complex before. Several empty vials, several Bunsen burners, all of them, dry or none of them are active.
Guess what I'm doing?
Apparently, Stathis had a large number of stations placed around the complex just so we didn't have to keep coming back to.
Yeah, it's a big complex filled with fucking mushrooms and mushrooms that make you drunk and shit. So I'm not surprised that he would do that.
And every lab station seems to be pretty much devoted to whatever is in the nearby rooms. Mm-hmm. So the stuff that you see in here, you're seeing like a tiny little bit of that pale yellow stuff. Right. You're seeing something that looks kind of like orangey pink. Smells kind of spicy, like a cayenne pepper.
I'm not going to sample that one. I'll sample anything he was trying to make en masse because clearly he had it in mind to sell it. So.
Well, that is from the other machine.
It's true. Oh, shit. We only tested one machine.
There are 2 machines in there. The second one produces a viscous-looking substance that is pink and orange. And...
You know what I gotta do.
Smells very spicy.
You know what I gotta do. I will take one of the newly emptied vials and fill it and then drink it. Or at least eat some of the paste.
It's like this dungeon was made for you.
It was. This is great. It's fucking nothing but ketchup and mustard.
Well, this one happens to be Tabasco, but that's okay.
I'm resistant to fire, FYI.
All right, so Arena goes back to the second machine, fills up a vial of this pinky orange stuff. All right. You're also not likely to perceive any sort of effects from this stuff.
Okay. Well, I've already been cured of my hangover, so I didn't expect to. Since I'm in perfectly good health, my skin doesn't turn to bark, or I don't grow any new limbs or anything crazy like that, so I'll just go ahead and fill 2 vials of this. And refill my empty vials as well.
Irina, again, I sent you a little...
Okay. Yep, got it. Spicy gel. Okay, cool.
For map completeness, I would like to open this door in the upper left here.
Oh, you're just so OCD.
I need that map percentage complete.
No, we do that later.
Guys, there's an achievement for it.
You can put a tiny dot. Don't forget the tiny dot in your character sheet.
Okay, now I join my group.
All right, fair enough.
Technically, Valadrin, that hallway...
All right, the door opens easily.
Squeaky.
You see a hallway going like that.
I go
Somebody's
to the end of it.
wife just screamed.
Somebody screamed.
Wasn't on my.
Oh, that was probably Brianna.
Ah, I see.
They're watching TV.
Hey guys, there's a hole down here. I'm going on.
Yeah,
If I don't come back, I die.
get that map completion.
Yeah. Cheetos.
Dude.
Oh,
Then I go here and see what's in
Oh
there.
shit! There, it feels so good to finish that hallway.
Guys, that
Oh,
felt
that hole is
so-
still.
You don't know how good that felt right there. That was amazing.
I think-
Imagine I helped you.
I think you have a problem, dude.
That was the climax of the episode.
We finished the hallway.
I come back.
I'm going to open the door that Arena is currently standing in front of.
All right. It will require a strength check.
Oh,
That's ridiculous. All right.
There's something that's preventing the door from opening.
spores.
You try to push the door open and it just won't budge.
I lay against the door gently for a minute, take a little nap. Would someone else with bigger muscles want to open this? I'm just gonna stand, I don't know, behind this thing here.
I'll try to open it. 13.
Okay, when Carrick goes over to the door and is about to give it a push, something on the other side wrenches it open.
Oh God! Oh fuck!
Eric,
Well,
we
you said you wanted a cliffhanger.
I'm so glad I moved behind the desk. I'm so glad I moved behind the desk.
Can I take a 5? Can I take a 5?
You can't do anything at the present time, sir.
Oh.
Something
Holy
big
fuck.
walked over to the door and went rip and pulled the door open for you.
I'll say, hey, you got it! Oh shit.
And that is where we're going to take ourselves a little break.
Is that an ogre?
This
that
is
a troll?
this is an ogre.
Ogre.
Oh,
Is it a zombie ogre?
No, this is an actual ogre.
Good times.
Oh, boy.
All right.
it
Alrighty.
was nice knowing you guys.
So-
See you next time.
Out of curiosity,
Nice knowing you, Carrick.
I just...
We leave Carrick, we shut the door. and we leave.
I didn't go in.
Oh, okay.
Out of curiosity, guys, are you...
Before you guys do in fact disperse? When's the next game day?
Well, I was about to ask, are you guys available Saturdays, or are Saturdays booked for you guys?
Varies. Some I'm good, some I'm booked.
I
Okay.
would say it depends on what time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my...
I'm looking.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Phil.
My wife prefers that I play on Saturday, because she says that if I play Fridays, she doesn't really get to see me much, which is true. And
Failing to see the downside for her.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
I fucking like. You get to do your thing. I get to do my
All right.
thing.
Well, if we are going for Saturdays, I can do the second.
I want to check with Stu as well. The second isn't going to work for me though.
Okay.
That's my
I can
other
prob-
D&D
I
game.
can. I might be able to do the 9th. I've got another game that day, but I think it'll wrap up before 8.
I was
So
gonna
I'm-
say,
like-
if we do Saturdays, would it be more than 2 hours, or would it be the same 2 hours, or would it be different?
Depends on when
times?
people want to start. I mean, we've
Okay.
basically we've been starting at 8 because it fits Jaden's timetable. I mean, Jaden, can you start earlier if we're playing on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If we could actually, we could probably play more if we could start earlier.
I could
All right.
probably do earlier on a Saturday with the knowledge that I'll have to jump out to put the kids to bed, but jumping in and out isn't nearly as disruptive.
Little opioid in their milk.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll work fine.
Well, I mean, you know.
All right.
Finish her out.
Well, right now, most of my Saturdays in February are currently open in the PM hours, so we can do it either through email, because you said you want to consult Stu. So let's try to do something through email. We'll figure out when our next time is going to be.
Okay, I'll
Alright.
put it tentatively for 7 o'clock on Saturday.
The second or the 9th?
The 9th. The second will not be good because I have the other game on Friday. And like I said, my wife has gotten a little annoyed by that, so I'm trying to see if I can move other games around.
Isn't it her brother?
It is, but it's less that and more like every single Friday has been taken up. And that game, if you'll recall, was scheduled for Saturdays, and I'm trying to push them into Saturdays, but for some reason or other, it's like, oh, we can't do the Saturday because so-and-so has this thing going on, so let's do Friday. And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to receive shit from my wife, so...
Who does? I mean, seriously.
It's
who does
the
want to hear
worst.
shit from their wife?
I think it's worse than receiving shit from your kids. Cause
Oh, you
Alright,
get told.
All right, so we're marking down 7 on the 9th.
yes,
Okay. All right, will do.
and
I'll mark it on the calendar too.
I'll email Stu, find out if he's available. If Stu's not available, we'll move it to Friday instead.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. All right. Well, boys, see you on the 9th then.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Sounds good.
Good night. Didn't get to kill anybody.
No.
Eh, maybe next time.
Jaden hit 0.
Oh,
did
Jaden hit 0 because of a lucky shot from a black pudding, and the fact that he couldn't take a 3-foot step up.
Yeah, I'm on the ground so often you don't know if it's because he hit me too hard, if I just fell or what.
Tripped over some shit, whatever.
Wow.
I'm almost
Alrighty.
out of all my good spells too. Poopy.
All right.
Well, so I will see you guys next time.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Bye.
And for those of you who have joined the live stream, thanks so much for watching. I am going to run over to my wife and try to enjoy a little bit of live PD with her, which she'll appreciate, me being done a little bit early. So I will see you guys next time.